Thank you, Eileen. That was lovely. It's beautiful. I'll just adjust this down. You can shed tears that she is gone because she has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she'll come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see her, or you can be full of the love you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember her and only that she gave, or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. My name is Michelle Moreland. I'm part of the thanks to Dave, Mum, Granny, Mrs. C. I'm sure you will all like to join me in saying to her husband Dave, daughters Leanne, Bridget and Jude, grandchildren Tom, Robbie, Joshua, Kayla, her son-in-laws Nico, Mike, as well as her brother-in-law Stan and Kevin, and sister-in-laws Nolene and Felicity, and the extended family, that you're all in our thoughts at this time. We want to be available to you in any way possible as you face this journey of grief. It's going to be a bit of a tearjerker today, isn't it? Help me through it. Let me also express the family's gratitude for your presence. Many of you have travelled, and to those of you who are watching this service online, in Australia, Canada, UK and New Zealand, and further afield, a warm welcome and thank you. Jackie, you've gone global. It means a lot to the family, and the many messages of support and condolences received are cherished. And in times like these, nothing takes the place of friends. This is a sacred and special moment where we can let the tears flow and let the laughter heal, where we can share stories and begin the journey of turning those stories into precious memories. Today we're going to hear a few words from Dave, followed by a solo performance by Jackie's sister-in-law, Nolene. Then her three daughters have prepared tributes they want to give their mum. And then we will all come together to sing how great thou art. And I want my family back in New Zealand to hear your voices, so I want everyone to get those vocal cords active. Please don't be shy. We will conclude with a photo tribute accompanied by Sir Cliff Richards, who was one of Jackie and Dave's favourite artists. 79 years ago, on the 20th of September 1946, Ernest and Joyce West gave birth to a beautiful little girl, Jacqueline Denise West. The third of three daughters, Jackie was very loved and nurtured and grew up at 11 Creer Road, Westville, and with her sisters Rosemary and Gillian. The large garden, weaver birds and creatures were always part of Jackie's childhood and fondest memories, and became the characters that would feature in the books she wrote in her years later. Jackie always expressed a deep love and gratitude for her warm, loving parents and home that provided the solid foundation for her life as a wife, mother and teacher. Jackie's interests in the natural world and her desire to teach proved a perfect match as she embarked on a career as a biology teacher. She spent very happy years studying at the Teachers Training College in Pietermaritzburg. She was also a very strong. It was on a warm day at the young chap, Dave Chambers. Speedos? I don't know. Dave was supposed to play in an away game of cricket that Saturday, but the game was cancelled because of heavy rain. So Dave and a friend went to the pool for something to do. Dave needed a date for a friend's party that night, and Jackie just happened to swim up to him, who was sitting on the edge of the pool, and the rest, they say, is history. Swimming and cricket remained a big part of the family, and while they were dating, Jackie became a scorer for Dave's cricket team and a lifelong fan of the game. All three girls spent many hours in the surf in rock pools at Palm Beach and swam for their school teams. Jackie and Dave first married in January 1969 in Westville, and I will leave it with Dave to share their love story. They had three lovely girls in very quick succession. Leanne was born in 1970, Jude in 1971, and Bridget in 1973. The family lived between Durban, North and Westville and Pietermaritzburg, with 8 years in Queenstown before retiring to live at Palm Beach, a very special place for the family. Jackie spent a few years teaching high school biology before taking on a new direction. Pre-primary and early childhood education became her new focus and passion. She quickly moved up the ranks to principal of Settlers Park Preschool, where she was loved and respected by staff, parents and children alike. Jackie's positive and caring and cheerful disposition drew people to her. In fact, trips to the local shops to buy the milk and bread would take an hour, as everybody, large and small, wanted to chat to Mrs. Chambers, so the shopping trips went forever. Many of her staff speak warmly about Jackie's leadership style, especially how she supported young teachers, and it's wonderful to see some of her colleagues here today. She was also a principal at St. Elizabeth's Preschool in Westville for several years and had a lasting impact on the community. This was a special posting as the preschool sat alongside the church where Dave and Jackie were married. She was also particularly fond of her final teaching post at Utumba Primary School on the Wild Coast. Jackie taught in various roles over the years, teaching into her 70s, which is a truly remarkable legacy. Soon after her retirement, Jackie had a battle with cancer, which resulted in a number of health challenges. She tackled these with a calm and pragmatic manner, never wanting to make a fuss. And as many have shared, when she was asked how she was, she always smiled and said, "I'm fine." Jackie and Dave moved into Margate Retirement Village in 2016, and they have loved their home in Cottage 53 and the very special friends that they have developed here. After the weekly Saturday morning family Zooms, with their girls, they loved heading up to brunch at Cafe Munro, and they've been well cared for and looked after there, which is appreciated. Dave and the girls would like to acknowledge the support that they have received from so many in the village and from their carer, especially Zola, during the past few months. I'm now going to hand over to a man who claims he's the luckiest man in the world, Dave Chambers. Please just allow us a little minute to...
And they make the most horrendous noise. And record a whole lot of that. put it down here, and go onto the veranda to Hero, and then as we leave, look around. And just see.
Keep them if you need them. You're good.
Do I need a mic?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, if you come back a little bit more, we'll be all good to roll. You're right. Okay, that's it.
Right.
Let me just put this in front of you. Excuse me. Hang on, Deb, I'm just going to turn this on, okay? Your moment
Of glory.
of glory, yeah,
Is this now going right around the world?
it is. Say hello to Canada,
Hello, world.
Australia.
Oh, what's that? Oh,
Can you hear that?
how can you put that up?
You're good?
Huh?
Oh,
Is that it?
yes?
Can you hear me? No. Good. Then I'll start.
Let me just turn this further around, sorry.
Is the mic on? That's a good question.
Yeah, it's on. It just, okay, here we go.
I got a strange sensation that I might swallow this thing just now. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, my own personal thanks and welcome to you for supporting me and supporting my family. Yeah, it has been quite a few days. My personal thanks must go to my three daughters, or two daughters and a family friend. The two daughters being Judy and Bridget, who, if she put her back into this whole service and this, that, the next thing, and next thing she got a message from Australia, where she's from, to say that her son had been taken off to hospital. So she had to abandon everything here and get on the first plane and go. When she was at the airport, she got another message to say, don't worry too much, your son has been discharged from hospital. So I was hoping she'd sneak back again. But by then, you know what the airways are like, you've booked and you've changed and you've changed. So she simply couldn't change, but she certainly sends all her love and she wishes she could be here. Perhaps she's listening on the international thing, eh? Hello, where is she? No, she's not there. Okay. These two girls and Michelle, being the other part of the family, and Michelle and Judy from New Zealand, and don't say, where's that? I get very touchy about those things. And then Billy from Australia, and so yeah, they've come far and wide. Now without the help and support of these two girls and Michelle, I don't know how I would have got through this last week. Michelle and Jackie held a rather special and warm and loving, long relationship. Michelle, when she saw the opportunity to take part in this ceremony, she grabbed it with both hands and said, good, well then you can be the compere. That lets us all off the hook. So there you are. Now the title on the program is I Am the Luckiest Man in the World. So I asked the question, what am I dealing with? Okay, so let's start. There's quite a few of these little things. We start with me marrying the most beautiful girl in the world. And so much so that I married her twice. Oh dear, oh dear. What am I talking about? Well, after we had been married for a number of years, I don't say this with any pride at all. This when you turn the mic off.
No, I'm trying to get you to talk.
Oh dear. after we'd been married a number of years, I decided, stupidly, to get naughty. Jackie, quite rightly, divorced me on the turn. And just to demonstrate what a magnificent person she was, she continued to make sure that the five of us, herself, myself, and our three girls, remained loving friends for that unnecessary, ridiculous period of time. Anyway, what happened was that I was changing jobs, and I'd finished teaching, I'd given up, and I was waiting to join Old Mutual at the end of January. Jackie came to me and said, listen, you've got nothing to do for 2 weeks. Please come to the house, look after the place for me and the kids. I'm going on holiday. I said, yeah, what a pleasure, I'll do it. After all, it had been my house before I sold it to her. So, back to my old house and the kids. You know, and after a few days of watching over these beautiful creatures, I realised, gee whiz, man, what are you doing with your life? You're losing 3 beautiful children and a beautiful wife by doing this. Now, come on, man, shine up. And so, I plucked up enough courage, gave myself a very severe team talk, and when Jackie arrived back, she said, how are things, and etc., everything is fine, and I waited for the right moment, hoping that things would be similar to what they'd been some years before. So I plucked up enough courage, and I asked the question. And am I pleased to tell you that the answer was the same? Oh, sure. Getting married, yeah. So right now, we have to work out this getting married again. So off we go to the priest, Reverend Rowley. And he says, I can't marry you. You Anglicans, well, I'm an Anglican obviously, Anglicans don't recognise divorce. I don't know how the royal family got by for so long. But anyway, Anglicans don't recognise divorce. So you never were divorced, so I can't marry you. He said, what the hell do you do now? He says, well, now what you do is you go to the Chief Magistrate's office and you get married there. And then you can have a marriage. And he said, then I've got a lovely service for you. Come and renew your vows on a day, and you can call that your second wedding. That's exactly what we did. But the funny thing was that when we decided on the magistrate's court, Cecil was his name, he said, don't come to the courthouse, it's horrible. I'm coming to see you with my wife at your house on Saturday morning. I said, oh, I haven't had the Chief Magistrates at my house before. So on Saturday morning, sure enough, and he says, anything I want from you at home is 2 people over 18. Okay, fine, we got them. So they arrived and we had the service, and halfway through the service, he stopped it and he said, well, stop this. You've all signed the marriage certificate. I want you to listen to this now. So you got the certificate, and there it was. Chambers marrying Chambers. Witnessed by Chambers, my father. Second witness, Chambers, my daughter Leanne. He said, you'd never seen it before. So, Chambers. He said, I'm keeping this. It's a souvenir. I'll put a frame around it and hang it up somewhere. So I don't know where that marriage certificate is. Maybe it's worth quite a lot of money, maybe. Aha. Right. So that's what we did. It was fantastic. I must say that the service, the renewing vows, brought quite a few tears to quite a few of the ladies. Anyway, it was a very nice service and we enjoyed it. Some of the pictures you see floating around, where are all those pictures at home?
Coming later, Dad.
Oh, right, okay. You'll find me dressed in a very grey style, and then the girls were dressed very smartly, and Jackie. We obviously couldn't wear wedding outfits, but anyway, Biddy, our youngest one, she decided to take us aboard. So she comes her 21st in Westfall. Now she's got a different crowd of friends, people we've never seen before, but it doesn't matter. There they are. Dad's paying. So we had the 21st, and I made a little speech, and then it's her turn. And she said, "Oh, gee, I'm so proud. And I bet you none of you have done this before. I bet you none of you have attended your mother and father's wedding." The whole audience, what? How can that happen? Well, an old aunt shouted, it was their second one. Oh, jeez, what a spoil sport. I love the sign of the audience when Bridget said it was their second one. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so I saved 3 children and a wife. That's one small reason why I reckon I'm the luckiest man. But the 2 other little incidences. So it wasn't mine, was it? No. Where are we now? Oh, that's all about, yeah, okay. Yeah, there were a couple of snags about this whole wedding thing. I just talked about the wedding there. Sorry, I wrote this out, read it 10 times, and I've forgotten where I am. Where did all this start? This romance and all this family and everything. What?
You're good? You good?
Now, you've heard half the story. It started on a Saturday morning. I was supposed to play cricket, and it poured with rain. Cricketer's nightmare. And we simply couldn't go. The field was underwater. But the day itself bloomed beautiful. Sunshine, everything. So it's a bit strange to cancel a game of cricket, and the sun's hot as hell. Anyway, John and I decided to go to the women's res and have a swim in the pool. Beautiful. They had a beautiful pool there. So we go up there and we're paddling around and swimming. And eventually, John and I end up towards that shallow end with our feet dangling in the water. And John said to me, "Oh, are you going to Bill's party tonight?" I said, "Well, hey, forgot about that. What's the story?" He said, "Well, get yourself a bloody partner." And he's filled a fridge full of beer. And only when you guys have finished that fridge can you go home. So I said, "Wow, that sounds like my kind of party. But you've got to find a girlfriend. You've got to, hey, I found one." These 3 girls that had jumped in the pool over there were swimming towards us. So I picked the middle one. And she was a new pup. I was a senior. "Hey, new pup, come, keep swimming, come here." She came up and I said, "You are coming with me to the party tonight." She looked up. Now here's a senior having asked this junior pup to a party. And she looked at me and said, "Oh, I suppose so." I said she'd better shine up a little bit about this lot. Anyway, I took her to the party. And this is just about the end of my speech, because the first evening, there was a little peck on the cheek and a good night handshake. So that was quite nice. So the second night, I decided I'm going to invite her again, not to the same bloody party, to somewhere else. I went and found Judy West. Please come out with me tonight. And she said, yes. They looked all pleased. I said, hello, this is good. And off we went. And that night, when we finished, and I just dropped her at Woman's Res, I had a hell of a big kiss and a beautiful hug. And I thought, wow. Now then, the first night was just a peck and a good night.
I think you can stop now.
Judy,
No, thanks, Dave.
yeah, Judy, what you don't seem to realise is you weren't even here then. You weren't even thought of then.
Yes,
No.
Or maybe I was thought of a little bit.
Judy's been listening with intensity.
No, she hasn't. She's
As
been a
I
bit
got to the big hug and a big smoochy kiss. Anyway, Mother and I had a good kiss and a good hug. And then I thought, hello, this is... Actually, no, I'm stopping the story there because you've had enough now. Many of you here aren't over 18, so I can't carry on.
Thank you, Father.
You're just lucky you spoke up at the right time, didn't you?
I know.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about the fidgeting of the papers there, but the papers nearly fell out, and I think I got the wrong order. Suddenly there's page 5 instead of page 7, so it happens, eh?
Thanks.
Thanks also to my sister for coming to sing, and to all of you for being with us and supporting us. Thank you so much. And who else have I forgotten?
I think you're all good.
All good. Right. Well, you can take this thing away, please. Thank you.
All right. Yes, you may come back. Nolene, do you want to just test your phone? Yes.
She cannot understand why she and her sister can sing. They often sing at weddings, at funerals, or often I can't sing a note. So I said to her one day in desperation, listen, can you catch a tennis ball? I can catch a tennis ball. So I really leave it up. But I can't sing. You can't catch a tennis ball, but you can sing. So I'll stick to my tennis ball and you stick to your singing.
Thank you very much, Dave. That was lovely. We've got Nolene's going to do a solo performance, and we've got the little backup speakers there. So hopefully it'll all work from a technical perspective. No, you come this way a little bit. Come to me. That's okay.
And I'm afraid we haven't managed to have a rehearsal, so let's just hope this all does. Michelle, is this recorded? I think. Is it not? Okay.
Hello, hello.
That is. I mean, it is.
Would you like to hold it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe holding it is best.
Okay, thank you. Move that out of the way.
So the song that I have chosen is called "I Watch the Sunrise." It's an old Irish hymn, and it talks about watching the sunrise, lighting the sky, and it actually goes through the hours of the day. And it's about love. It's love of God, but in many ways it It's for those of us who've had absolutely loving relationships, as Dave and Jackie did have. And so the times that he's going to be bereft, and for Jackie's beloved daughters, there is this ability to understand the presence of Jackie, the love. So, some very dear man once said that the only legacy that we actually leave behind is love. And that certainly has been left behind. Love for her husband, family, the students that she's taught, the teachers, the carers that she's had. I mean, Jackie somehow was quite a remarkable South African woman in that she had to be really vulnerable in these last years with her health, and how the carers that used to take care of her at the diabetic clinic, and the things that she used to knit for them and make biscuits for them and so on. And at no stage was it an inconvenience for her, or did she complain about any treatment. She was just so grateful. And, that is a beautiful spirit to have. Okay, so now let's see. Hope this all works. I'm going to put this on. Let's put the glasses on first. And let's just get there. Maybe just it too. Sorry, it seems to have gone a little bit faster, but I'll go through it again. I'd like to, if possible. Okay, let's just move it from there, Michelle. If we can just move it back. It just needs to go. Yeah. The sunrise. That's it. This is it's just, yeah. Why is it not going back there?
Do we want to start it?
Start it again.
Open it again?
Yeah, that's it probably. Jean-Claude. There we go. Here.
There we go.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Sorry. I watch the sunrise lighting the sky, casting its shadows near. And on this morning, bright though it be, I feel the shadows near me. But you're always close to me, following all my ways. May I be always close us belong. And at the midday, life seems to say, I feel your brightness near me. But you are always close to me, following all my ways. May I be always close to you, following all my ways now. I watch the sunset fading away, lighting the clouds with sleep. And as the evening closes its eyes, I feel your presence near me. For you are always close to me, following all my ways. May I be always close to you, following all my ways, Lord. I watch the midnight guarding the night, waiting till morning comes. The air is silent, earth is at rest, only your peace is with me. But you are always close to me, following all our ways. May we be always close to you, following all our ways now.
That was stunning. Thank you, Nolene. It's a lovely gift to give. So we're going to hear from Leanne, who is in Australia. She's been recently out here and wanted to obviously be here today, but couldn't. But she's written a letter to her mum that she wanted to share. I know the start of this video is a little bit quiet, so hopefully it will come through okay. But
Let me show the biggest iPhone mistake made by old people. And these three mistakes can never be corrected. Number one is deleting photo images.
Okay, so let me play you Leanne's video.
wanted to share with you a lesson that I learned to them. This, to be able to say goodbye, to me, I needed to be able to express that through writing to her. So, thank you. My dearest mum, as a little girl, you encouraged me to write thank you letters, and I received gifts or acts of kindness, and I've maintained that tradition. And this is my thank you letter to you. There is no greater gift than to be loved for who you are and encouraged to follow the path of life. None of you love me unconditionally, and I know how to love, to be loved. I didn't always want to leave your side, but with gentle nudges and warm reassurances, I spread my arms and reached out into the world. I love Mike, Tom, and Robbie with the same intensity and have always linked to your example to God as a wife and mum. Thank you. You and Dad worked hard, dedicated time, care, great skill, teaching so many young learners over the years. You taught with such joy and enthusiasm. You were inspirational and it was so infectious to be part of your world. In my first year of teaching, I loved our afternoon swims and chats as we debriefed about our day in the classroom. Your dedication to supporting future teachers inspires me in my work today. So thank you. Now, do you remember watching Louisa May Alcott's Little Women movies in Durban? Neither of us are very quiet movie goers. We laughed out loud, we blubbered and sniffed our way through the sad scenes. And then I will never forget, at the end of the movie, as we were leaving, he turned to me and quietly and gently said, "How lucky that I'm 10 and 9, woman. You have given me two beautiful sisters, Julie and Lily, whom I adore and respect. Thank you, Mum. Your love for Dad has been the foundation on which we lived, loved, and laughed as a family. You are always brave and so selfless in ensuring family remain the focus in life. Thank you. I want to say goodbye because you're always with me. In my heart, in my actions, my words, and my decisions. I'm so grateful that you're mine. I love you. Thank you for that. Rest in peace, God.
Lovely letter. I'm now going to ask Jude, the middle daughter, to come up. Jude is going to also talk on behalf of Bridget, who also couldn't be here today.
Thank you everyone for coming this morning. Just pre-warning, I'm not as together as my big sister, so there will be tears. But I just wanted to say I really appreciate you all being here to celebrate and acknowledge Mum with us, and also for the care and support that you've shown us over the last few weeks. Especially those that I've chatted on my morning walks around the village, chatted to. I've worn my dark glasses for 2 weeks in a row. There's been a lot of crying and everybody has been very kind to me. And also at Cafe Monroe, such a remarkable group of women up at that wonderful cafe that my parents really loved to share meals at. All of this kindness has softened this incredible painful blow that we've received. Although Mum was unwell for quite some time, there was a very speedy decline towards the end. So we really are grappling with this loss. I'd like to just say a very quick thank you to two people in particular. First to Sonia for welcoming me in to enjoy the afternoon catch-ups, because Mum adored them so, so much. And so thank you for letting me knock on your door and come and sit in your art studio with you. It meant a great deal. And also to Zola, you have become part of our family. You've helped us grieve. So thank you for your quiet strength and support. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and, of course, Biddy. As Dad said, she was had to dash home to Joshi. Thankfully, he is recovering well, but he has been quite unwell for a period of time too. So it was with no hesitation that we said, you need to go, because that's what Mum would want, quite frankly, because that's why I chose this image behind me. That's what it's all about for Mum. It's the children, and in particular her grandchildren. Thankfully, us girls knew that quite early on, so we're okay about that. But as for me, I actually can't put into words how grateful I am to be Mum's middle daughter. Mum and Dad both enabled us to be individuals, to follow our passions. We really are three very different women, albeit born in very similar time frames. I was, or perhaps am, the typical middle child, forging a different path, being a little bit difficult at times, I'm sure. Mum simply and quietly and gently encouraged me just to be my true self and to spread my wings and to travel, and most particularly to follow my passion for the arts. She often didn't quite understand what I was painting or what I was doing, but she was awfully, awfully proud of me, and I'll always be grateful for that. I've tried to carry her example, her strong work ethic, and her desire to make a difference in the world into my own career in the arts in New Zealand, and also in my volunteer work at our local nature reserves. Along with Mum's passion for her family, education, and the natural world, she also held a deep enjoyment for storytelling. She was an avid novel reader. Mum and I actually share a somewhat concerning, if I'm honest, appreciation or potentially addiction to a very good murder mystery. The more murderous, the better. Mum understood the power of storytelling. The children's stories she wrote after her retirement were a mix of her childhood and also ours, set in her family garden in Westville and our family home in Pietermaritzburg. For me, these stories epitomize Mum. Focused on 3 little sisters and 4 animal friends, the stories were very real. Even the scary snake story ended in the death, the sad, unnecessary death of the snake. When we asked Mum why the story had to end that way, she simply said, well, how else do children learn? They need to learn the real stories, not make-believe ones. All the stories were full of lessons about the natural world, some explicit and some just gently woven in, that remind us about how incredible nature is, its rhythms, and also paying closer attention to this. Nolene, I loved your choice of song today when you spoke a little bit. It also reflects that too. They also beautifully illustrated the special and precious relationships within families, and especially between sisters. I absolutely loved working with Mum on her stories. I received very specific instructions. She's quite scary for whoever had to work for her. The creatures needed to be anatomically correct, no cartoon-like figures, but they needed to have unique characters and personalities that fitted the stories. My absolute favorite was Mem the Mouse, because Mum dedicated these books to her sister, Auntie Mem. After taking on a role in arts management, I put my own art making aside, which Mum and Dad have always been a little saddened and concerned about. Mum asking me to illustrate her stories has certainly encouraged me to start sketching again. I'm sure that was her plan all along. So on my return to New Zealand, Mum, I will promise to set up my painting studio again. So just to conclude, if you don't mind, I would like to read my favorite story from book number 1, which is called Autumn. Why is the sun going to bed early and waking up late? Asked the little sister. Because summer is over and autumn has arrived, explained the big sister. She has learnt all about the 4 seasons at school. What will the animals do when it gets cold? Asked the middle sister. In the garden, that's just what the 4 animals were discussing. I will go into my shell and sleep until the warm weather returns, said the snail. When the weaver bird was very young and said, I must go and chat to Mum and Dad to see what they will do, and she flew away to the willow tree. Buzz was not worried, as she knew all the bees would be safe in the hive. Meanwhile, Mem the mouse was running about in a very busy manner. What are you doing? asked Sid. I'm collecting as much food as possible to store in the cold for the cold weather, replied Mem, and she continued to collect fir cones, nuts, seeds, and roots. She hid the food in holes amongst the gum tree roots. I will eat this food when the weather gets very cold, she explained. Later, Wind came flying back. My parents say we will stay here in the garden because it doesn't get too cold here, said Wind. The little sisters called Mum to see the birds sitting on the telephone wires. They are all swallows getting ready to fly back to England, explained Mum. It's called migration. When the animals move to a warmer place in winter, you will learn about it at school. I love autumn, explained the middle sister, as she collected red, orange, and yellow leaves that had fallen from the trees. I'm going to make an autumn picture for Mum, she said excitedly. The 3 little sisters went into the house to put their jerseys on because they were starting to feel cold. The story also has a number of questions, discussions, and exercises at the bottom of it. It's all about the education. And just quickly, when I conclude, that's Mem the mouse. Yeah. Yeah. The illustrations got a lot more complex in the second book, and that's I resigned as the illustrator after that. So now I'm going to speak on behalf of Biddy. She has written a prayer for Mum. Biddy has a very strong faith, and this was very important for her that we conclude the ceremony before we sing in prayer. So if you may join me in bowing your heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we gather before you today with hearts both heavy and thankful. Heavy because we miss someone so dear, thankful because you blessed our lives with the gift of her presence. We know that in life and in death we belong to you. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and your presence of eternal life. Death is not an ending, but a gentle passage into your everlasting light. Today we entrust Mum into your care, confident that she rests safely in your loving arms. God, today we gather in deep gratitude. We thank you for Mum, for her gentle strength, her kindness, her laughter, and the love she shared so deeply with Dad. Comfort Dad now, Lord, and fill his heart with the peace of knowing her love endures. Mum taught us kindness, courage, and grace, even in her hardest days. May she rest now in your eternal care, free from pain, surrounded by light, and held forever in your love. We do imagine heaven has already made space for her. A dance floor waiting for her next twirl, her trademark red lipstick perfectly in place this time. A quiet corner for a good whiskey poured just right, where she can sit back and swap stories with the welcoming party that we are assured met her at the gates. Her mum, her dad, our beloved Auntie Mem, and gorgeous Gaylan, and so many more. The classroom filled with curious little souls. Eager to learn from her gentle wisdom and warm smile. And of course, she'll be keeping everybody entertained, writing those thoughtful stories, probably organising a club around the latest British murder mystery, and reminding angels to check the kettle. The hairdryer is off, the door is locked, and the alarm is on before heading out to start their next hymn. We like to think she's finally remembered her teeth. Though knowing Mum, she's probably left them somewhere while chatting to somebody new, exclaiming, "Sorry, I don't have my teeth in." So today, Lord, we don't just mourn, we celebrate. We honour a life filled with meaning, a heart that loved deeply, and a woman who made the world better simply by being in it. Rest peacefully, Mum. You have earned your place amongst the angels. And we know that you're already teaching them a thing or two. As we go from this place, Lord, help us to carry Mum's spirit with us. The kindness she shared, her laughter, and the joy she brought in every moment. May her memory remind us to live fully, love generously, and trust in your promise that one day we will meet again in your eternal home. Until that day, keep her close and keep us strong. Amen.
Thank you, Jude. Now, people, this is your moment. Get those voices going. Nolene's going to lead us with How Great Thou Art, if that's okay. Thanks, Nolene.
Lovely for everybody to actually to sing this. You would in full. You would in full, yes. Yeah. I know there was an idea of something that I was going to sing the first part of. The chorus. Is it just confusing with the three people? Yeah. All right. Okay.
Well, you can lead us and we'll join.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But especially join at the chorus.
Thank you.
home. Just one other person that I really wanted to, before I start the photo tribute, is just to thank Ursula. You've been a rock. So thank you. We want to acknowledge you. Thank you. Sorry, painful. Technical difficulties today.
That's next. We're going to discuss some honeymoon.
Bear with me one second.
Oh. Yes. That's nice, isn't it?
Just meant to have some sound, so I'm just not sure where the sounds are. for joining together today to honour a woman who touched many lives and acknowledge that we are different. We are all different because Jackie was here. The family invite you all to join them up at Cafe Munro, where we can continue to swap stories and memories of Jackie, laugh, I need a good laugh, and cry together. Over morning tea. It's been kindly arranged by Sally and Jacqueline.